All right. On this one, I'm going to just talk about the max and the min slope. What we want to do here is when we get some data, we have points on a graph. So I'm going to draw on B. We have some points on a graph. And those points on a graph are never just perfect points. They come from a whole set of data. And we show the preciseness, how good our data is, by how big our error bars are. And when we get done collecting our data, we want to get a best fit line usually, but we also want to know how good our best fit line is by looking at the error bars. And the answer to this one is D. D is correctly drawn. And the reason why, this is how you make your decisions as to where you draw your max and min slopes. You go to the first point. So here's my first point right here. I'm just going to circle it. And then you go to the top of that point. Okay. And you go to the last point, and you go to the bottom of that point with the error bars. And you then connect those two dots, and that line is going to be your min slope line because it's the least steep out of the red and the green. And I'm going to then draw the green one. You go to the bottom of the first one and the top of the last one, and you connect the dots, and that gets you your max slope. Now, the reason we do this is because those two slopes tell us what numbers from all of our data would be reasonable to have a best fit line. You can see in the middle, the black line is our best fit line, but we have error bars on here that say that that line's not going to be exactly perfect. There's some wiggle room there. And the green and the red line represent the wiggle room. All the lines that you could possibly draw in between the red and the green, all the lines in between here, those are all acceptable values from our data. So I saw a lot of people on their first test draw C. Understand that if you were to draw parallel lines like this, you're going to get the same slope on all your max and min lines. So make sure it's not C. You should have selected D.